I've kept a journal for as long as I can remember. I used it to chronicle my every thought and dream, until the day I opened it to find it completely blank. I feel like there's something up with my mother lately. She always means well, but something's off. It's just a feeling. Eleanor can be really clingy sometimes. My mum just doesn't understand what that's like, seeing her every day at school. John's a friend of the family, but he hasn't been around much lately. He works nearby, but there was a time he visited my parents and me often. John seems to miss us, even though he doesn't visit anymore. I asked him why, but didn't really get anywhere. He always makes serious questions into some kind of joke. I've known Eleanor since we moved to the area. She was my first friend round here, and I think I was probably hers too. We had each other and that's never changed, but even once I started to make other friends, she didn't. Eleanor's upset because of a rumour that she broke a window at school. She says she didn't do it, but John already told her parents that it was her. Eleanor and I tried to work out what might have happened to my journal. She's good at setting things out logically, even if we didn't get anywhere. Mum got angry when I tried to push her about John not visiting. It just makes me frustrated when she won't give me a proper answer. Eleanor overreacted about me telling John she'd broken the window. It's not as bad as she thinks it is, but she's really upset. We didn't leave things well after speaking about the window. Eleanor didn't want to talk about it anymore, and in a way I was glad.
The Girl and the Roller Coaster. Once there was a great travelling carnival, renowned for its splendour across all the land. Where they travelled, they brought with them the strangest and most wonderful sights. The Big Top held some of the most talented circus performers who had ever lived. For the thrill seekers, of course, so much of this magic was just the backdrop for the rides. It was the rides that the girl cared about above all else. Each year she returned, the ride seemed even more exciting. No more so than the year she was finally tall enough to ride the roller coaster. In her mind she had built it up to something almost unreal, yet wonderfully it did not disappoint. As she got older, life got more complicated, until one year she was so wrapped up in life that she decided not to go. It was months before she realised how a part of her felt empty at having missed it. A sense of loss she couldn't explain. However, the carnival never returned. Her mother told her perhaps it closed down. Carnivals were no longer so impressive in this day and age. For some reason she blamed herself, as if somehow it was her fault they were gone. It had been so important to her. Why had she let it go?
I wish I knew Keith better, but he doesn't talk much about himself. He works really hard, but everyone still likes him. There's always something going on with Trevor. He's always in trouble for something. It's almost as if he enjoys it. I've always been envious of Trevor's ability to draw. I wish I had a talent like that. I've always envied Catherine a little bit. She's beautiful and popular, and even though she's not that smart, almost everyone likes her. I don't know why I go along with Catherine messing Anne around so much. Anne's not so bad, really. It's not surprising that Catherine's been all over Keith. If they got together, the whole school would be talking about it. Mrs. Martin is a good teacher. She can be strict, but she hasn't forgotten what it's like to be a kid. She knew something was suspicious about the test, but I didn't know what to tell her. I would have done anything to pass the maths test. The last thing I wanted to do was have to take it again. This situation with the test is a mess. Catherine's too stubborn to ever admit to doing something wrong. Somehow she always manages to turn it around on someone else. Maybe Catherine's right about Trevor, but I don't want to deal with it at the moment. I've got enough problems already. Trevor was only trying to help out when he got the answers for me. I should never have given them to Catherine too. I told Mrs. Martin it was Catherine who cheated on the test, and really it was her fault. She was the one who didn't cover for both of us. Anne's always been a really good student, and that's never changed. She's really smart, but she takes things so seriously that some people tease her for it. It's terrible that everyone treats Anne so badly. It's why you shouldn't stand out at school. People don't like it. Anne's never really shown any interest in boys in our class before. Her asking about Keith came out of the blue. Catherine has a mean streak, and Anne is a prime target for it, especially if she and Keith got together. But I know telling him how Anne felt was the right thing to do.
The Lion and the Chicken. Mallory had worked the carnival's coconut shy for nearly 5 years. He didn't like to talk about his own life, but he loved being part of the great carnival. He always took his lunch in the big top. He liked to watch the tightrope walkers and dreamed of one day being up there himself. One evening the Lion came to him in his dreams. He knew of Mallory's desire to be up there in the spotlight, and offered a deal. Bring me one of the circus master's prize chickens, and I will help you get what you want. Mallory felt bad about stealing the chicken. He knew how much the circus master loved them, yet he could not pass up this chance. He slept uneasy that night with the knowledge of the blood in his hands. In his dreams he sought out the Lion to return the favour. The Lion regarded Mallory with disdain, and told him he was merely a lion and could not help him reach the heights of the tightrope. Mallory demanded to know why he had lied to him. The Lion told him it was not his fault. His instincts drove him to eat, and he would have promised Mallory anything to satisfy himself. No one ever confronted Mallory over the chicken, but he was sure they all knew. He never felt happy there again.